my friends. Today we are playing Britain, France, Midrange. Now, the goal of this deck is to put down some early ground units, and then in the mid-game turns, during the mid-game, we have stuff like London Brigade and Rima to buff up our small units and make them very deadly. Yeah, at the top end we have Churchill and Rule Britannia to give us like kind of like a final push as the game starts to draw out, to hopefully close out the game versus control decks before they get to their late game threats. Um, so there's mostly ground units, hence the name close ground support. But if there were only ground units, I think the deck would be too exploitable. It'd be punished very hard by, for example, like Brit Air. Um, Japan Resistance has like a naval ops, which kind of wrecks ground-based decks. So we have some air units in here. The first is going to be HMS Illustrious. Pretty good overall with the deck. Unfortunately, it won't get buffed by the London Brigade, but it will get buffed by Rima, and summoning two 1/3 bombers in one card is pretty good with Rima. Of course, very good with Rule Britannia as well, and you can also prep a synthetic rubber to just deal 8 damage from a burst, like play HMS, synthetic, one of the swordfish, and attack with both swordfish. That's 8 damage burst that you can use to close off a game. We also have Kitty Hawk. This Kitty Hawk and Spitfire are the two that I'm not 100% sure. I just felt like this deck definitely needed some air units, but the game plan is basically against like decks with small units like aggro decks, other mid-range decks. Kitty Hawk can be a pretty efficient card, right? You can kill off one small unit and then trade off another, so it can be very efficient in that regard. We have Spitfire, pretty good against air decks, provide a counter air threat so that your ground units don't get farmed by like bombers or even fighters that get buffed up. Of course, getting Fury is also very threatening once it gets stuff like Rima buffs, synthetic rubber, Rule Britannia, etc. And then the core card is London Brigade. It turns all of your small ground units like Humber, even First Airborne. First Airborne is pretty deadly by itself, but yeah, it can make it more deadly. Honey, 2-pounder, very good with 2-pounder. You can play it on turn 4 and just attack with 2-pounder because it has 0 op cost, and it's a 3/2 arty with 0 op cost, pretty good. Shelling, generally not something that a traditional mid-range deck I guess would play, but it's just such a good card. Very good against aggro and mid-range matchups. Even in control matchups, the credit denial can be very useful. A lot of control decks will have board resets or wipes at 10 credits, like Leopold, ISU, and Winter Warfare. What else? Maybe like Monsoon Rot and Supply Shortage. Yeah, so blocking off one credit can buy you another turn. Uh, to have your units attack, especially with Rule Britannia, it can come down before those big board resets completely wipe your board. Wrath Lightning, again another air unit, good tech against other decks like Brit Air. Also, just generally a very good mid-range card. You can retreat a big guard, or just a high-value unit in general. Sexton, pretty obvious why that's in the deck. Blackwatch, also a good mid-range deck card, kinda. Can slow down control decks, and it's pretty deadly with the buffs available in the deck. And of course, French ally with Rima. You know, US midrange can have one of the like kind of off meta allies for US midrange is France ally, and you basically just run Rima. Like you could run like a couple of defend in depths or Hodgkiss, or even the like what's the it's like that big cost like Giga Rima that costs 7 credits. 2E RMT. I mean, I don't even see this being run because it's just way too slow. But yeah, basically you run French ally for mid-range decks just for Rima. Really solid card. You know, we have some like Britain has some low-cost units that are very good with buffs. You know, like 2-pounder, Humber, giving first airborne back its mobilize in case it gets like pinged when it's at like 4 op cost, then it kind of becomes a dead card, but you can give it back mobilize. Buffs up basically all your units and makes them pretty deadly because we have a lot of Fury units, and of course the 2-pounder, very efficient arty. And yeah, I think I explained everything. Wow, I think that intro is probably one of my longest intros, but yeah. Let's see if we can get some good games with it. Okay, against Britain. This is kind of... If it's Brit Air, I kind of want to look for my fighters, but Brit Air is pretty rare. This curve isn't too bad if it's like a slower Britain deck. Wow, the perfect 1 to 5 curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope that it will actually work out that way. Okay, so looks like some kind of Britain control, I assume. I kind of do want to play this early. Is it too late now? Yeah, it gets pretty punished pretty heavily by like... Actually, no, I think it's too slow. We're going second. It's the second turn. Let's get some threats on the board. Oh, Legions. Okay. My board's actually completely stuck. This would be pretty bad if we get Monteater shelling, but I don't think I have another option. He can spend 3 credits to kill my London Brigade, but that's kind of fine, I think. So I can drop Rima. Wow, that's really greedy. Okay. I think I just play my Rima, right? It's a pretty big tempo swing for him. Don't really want to be stuck in the support line. Um, this kind of plays into carpet, but I think all my plays kind of play into carpet. He's like overdrawing himself with that bomber, so I'm not even too worried about that. Let's go like this. We know he doesn't have carpet, or else he would have played it already, I'm pretty sure. Same goes for like Shelling or Monty, presumably. Oh yes, Churchill. That's really annoying. I think the airborne is definitely too slow now. This could be a potential Rule Britannia turn, but I mean, he knows I have Rule Britannia. If he attacks, though, he's probably going to overdraw again. We know his hand doesn't have any like good AoEs, or else he would have played them, so it might be fine to have him like clog up his hand. Might be like an Ultra, maybe? He sees that I have Rule Britannia. My own Ultra isn't that great because he has plenty of Section 2s that he'd love to get Ultra'd. Oh, I didn't have it. That's a bit unfortunate. Actually, do we even attack this? Maybe we make him spend the credit to attack. Oh, so he actually got Avery off of the His Majesty's Chosen. He's repeatedly overdrawing. Let's go like this. So we know both his potential Averys are gone. This is a pretty good Monty. We probably force him to skip his turn. I guess if we find Churchill, we play it. He could have a deployment canceller though. Very high chance he might have that, which would be pretty bad. Alright. Not really a point in playing Ultra because he has so many sections. Not sure how much damage Uprising does at this point. Uprising's pretty scary. We have a huge amount of damage on our board though. If he doesn't have any answer to this. And we know his hand's full of sections. Was that 3 cost? He probably got Convoy. Very good. Convoy's terrible considering his hand. I'd probably play this, right? Actually, let's play Blackwatch into this. Might have miscalculated that. Breakpoints are a bit awkward. Uprising should cost 7. Not sure how much it does. 7. It's pretty tough. Maybe I should have held up Ultra there. I mean, I could hold up Ultra now. Almost certainly playing Rima. If I play Rima, I definitely play Honey. So yeah, let's just do that. He's played his board wipe. He knows I have Ultra, but he played a lot of his. I think he played out all his sections. Probably shelling this to keep the Black Watch alive. Damn, it's pretty annoying. Not quite lethal. That RAF is also breaking the HMS over here. Hmm. Well, that's actually not protected, so this might actually be my best play here. I don't think we can afford to play around another board clear. Because if our board gets wiped here, we probably lose anyways. Why would you play the Rima there? You could have protected your RAF. Well, it wouldn't have mattered to have Royal Research for synthetic. Alright, interesting first game. Haven't seen Legions in a while. So yeah, one of the strengths of this, the strength of Brit Midrange, I'd say, is they have a lot of units that are fairly durable, especially with that 3 cost 2/3 that gives all your units +2 HP. You have a lot of units that are durable and can be very threatening with buffs. The only thing is that they're not necessarily very threatening by themselves. Like a single Humber, unbuffed Humber or Pounder isn't very good, so you need the buffs, but they are kind of durable and can survive to receive the buffs. So that's kind of like the game plan or win condition. Oh, Soviet, if this is self-damage, this is probably a pretty bad matchup. We'll see though. That new card is also very annoying. The I don't remember its name, but it's the 5 cost 5/5 infantry that steals a unit that costs 2 or less. If we can stick 2-pounders, then our turn 4 will be very good. It's looking like we might be able to do that. Yeah. Maybe a little bit worried about Scorched Earth. Really? What? Interesting. Yeah, that one's pretty annoying. Luckily it doesn't receive the buff though. I think we're actually just gonna go face here probably. Because we do have some burn in our deck and he doesn't even have a guard yet. We can like shell this, go face, and then next turn Illustrious or even Kitty Hawk the stolen 2-pounder. If it is Sov-Ita Control, oh okay, that's pretty fucking annoying. If I do this, I draw first. Well, I mean, I could play the Humber, but that's kind of awkward. Could have a pretty nasty Rule Britannia turn coming up, potentially. Attack that first. It's gonna be a bit annoying. I think we probably raft this and then Rule Britannia next turn. Oh, we actually don't have enough credits, eh? Well, this is awkward. I don't think ruling Britannia right now would be a good idea. Maybe a Sexton, actually. Well, that's definitely getting raft. That is almost certainly happening. And they won't have any blitz like fighters or bombers, so I think we move this up to make some space. It's the board like last turn. I feel like if he had Winter Offensive, he would have played it, and he only has 3 cards there unknown. Do I just hard commit to this board? Very nice. Huge rule, Britannia. A little bit awkward though, because I can't kill his thing. He's gonna need like ISU Winter Warfare to clear. Oh, do we have lethal? No, because of this thing that I have to get past even if I do. Yeah, it's not lethal. Let's save the second raft then. Question is, do we play Rima or Blackwatch? He didn't really have much last turn, so I don't see how Blackwatch would be that much better than just Rima. Alright. What an odd deck. He just has Siberian Transfer and Commander vs Airborne. I'm guessing to get value with from like Rural Factories and maybe a Red Banner. So yeah, like comparing this deck to US midrange, for example, the strength of US midrange lies within, I think, its ability to generate board presence without going down in card advantage. For example, Choco Boys, you know, it draw 2/1, one cost 2/1 infantry that draws another copy of itself. Very good for getting early board presence without going down in card advantage. Skytrain, another good example. Sherman, of course, very efficient card, drawing 2 and putting a 4/4 bot tank on the field. Very good. Okay, let's think about this. This is like German control. I kind of want to keep the convoy, but keeping convoy going second is kind of meh. London Brigade also like we need like small units to stick, and German control will have a lot of unit based or credit based removal. So yeah, this actually ties into pretty well into what I was saying, because I think US midrange has a decent matchup into German control because it can generate so much board presence without going down in card advantage, and German control has stuff that trades like 1-for-1, like sudden strike. Panzer doesn't really trade 1-for-1; it can trade 1-for-2, but yeah, those cards are pretty tough to play against as British midrange because your units are just like that. They don't generate extra units. You have pretty limited resources to work with. And it looks like we're facing Heinz, which is really bad. We have such a slow start. Okay, not too bad. This is one of the usages of Gideon. Alpine. Oh, is Alpine. Well, that was actually really unexpected. I don't really like any of my options here, actually. This is really awkward. Our deck might be too slow against Alpine with it. You know, maybe their start wasn't super good, but it was pretty good curve. Can I afford to hit the Heinkel? I don't think I can, right? I think what I actually do is just Illustrious. Our bombers will be very helpful in picking off the Alpine units, since they are just essentially vanilla infantry. He's gonna sack that, interesting. Can't get the Rima off, really annoying. Well, we're definitely like going like this, right? The board lock is really screwing me over here. Oh, I feel like I want to get a pounder down. Yeah, even if he trades into this. Encirclement would be pretty nasty here. Oh, he's greedy. Ooh, Churchill is very nice. I think it has to be London Brigade, right? Rima is, actually, wait, no, Rima's an option here. Is Rima an option here? I feel like it is. I can trade. Yeah, let's do Rima, actually. If he doesn't kill off any of my units, I actually can't play the Churchill, which is pretty annoying. But I have a feeling he's gonna get rid of at least one of these units, right? Oh, he's actually not. Okay, well played, I guess. I mean, that's kind of fine as well. This is probably a London Brigade turn. I if I've ever seen one. Do we actually pop the Rima in? No, I don't think we do. A bit worried about Leopold. Which is bound to come down eventually. Pretty sure Alpine runs Leopold, right? Leopold is just such an insane card. It's actually very difficult to come back from Leopold, especially down HMS. It's going to be almost impossible to come down. Shelling's pretty good. Definitely delays his potential Leopold. Yeah, I don't want to commit too hard on the board just because of that. Can't get rid of all his units. If I can't get rid of all his units, I might as well just play this. Can't get rid of all his units in the front lines, so he couldn't encirclement again. Okay, he's got another encirclement. Maybe it's greedy of me. Do I rule Britannia here? I don't think I do. You know, rule Britannia, how funny is that? Rule Britannia is almost lethal. It's actually almost lethal, but let me think. If I rule Britannia, yeah, maybe greedy positioning by me. I mean, he's down both encirclements. I don't think I rule Britannia though. Am I actually just one-off rule Britannia lethal? How sad is that? I'm actually just one-off rule Britannia lethal. That's crazy. Alright, so next turn would be the Leopold turn, but he only has 2 cards. On the one hand, I don't want to commit a rule Britannia to Leopold, but on the other hand, like, what else would I play? I mean, I guess I don't commit it then. I don't think we could draw into anything. I kind of want to keep my hand empty because of Leopold. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn. Kinda wanna guarantee one of my pounders sticks. Not sure if drawing into anything will help me here, like maybe Monty actually. Okay, no Monty. Sag. I really need one of my. Actually, I should have played. Fuck, you know what? I should have played this next to my London Brigade because a 35T can kill both my stuff now. Oh, that was a misplay by me. He doesn't have lethal with 35T, but I'm really screwed if he has. Okay, you didn't have it, then that's fine. We can even just Monty here, actually. Very good. This goes. Oh, this gives me flashbacks of playing Pin into Alpine. Britain, Japan, Pin, the sun never sets. Oh, holy shit. This guy played against too many Britain, Japan pins. He had enough and he's going for the fucking... I mean, I think we should still be fine though. Are we still off lethal? We're still off lethal, yeah, by quite a wide margin. Well, that is definitely going to die. I mean, unless he has like Africa core into second Leopold. Surely we win this one, right? Alright, this time we're not one off Rule Britannia lethal. And how satisfying is that? How often do you get a Rule Britannia lethal? What's the time? It's like 50 minutes? Alright, let's do one more game. So yeah, if you guys were watching my budget video on US midrange with Soviet as an ally running artillery piece units. I talked about a little bit about in that video about how of course not all units are created equal and some do much better with buffs. You know, artillery is the best unit type in the game. So like we have some 2-pounder is a pretty good artillery unit. It's just pretty small by itself and won't do much by itself, right? But we have a bunch of different ways to buff it. We have some RD pieces. We have some we have a bunch of ground units with Fury. We have the HMS, which is also very good with Rule Britannia. Unfortunately, he has sickle. Oh, this hand is terrible. What the fuck? This might be a GG. Oh, hey, Temujin. I think I've seen this guy on Discord. If you're watching this, hello. My hand sucks, so you probably won. Yeah, I mean, like, what is this hand? Now it's a bit too late to play Honey. Gets a very efficient trade with it. I mean, I guess best I can do is just drop a London by itself next turn. So yeah, as I was saying, this deck compared to US Midrange, which is, I guess, the most prominent. I actually just dropped the Spitfire because it can trade twice, and he played a Sickle. It can't generate board presence without going down card advantage as well. It can't do that as well as US midrange can, but it does have units that are fairly durable. Like Humber is 3 HP. You got this, and they do very well with buffs compared to US midrange, which mostly just has vanilla infantry. They just mostly have vanilla infantry and tanks, which are by far the worst unit types in the game. Maybe I just drop 2 Humbers into a 26th Engineer. Our only buff is the London Brigade, but that may just be enough. I mean, we can't really play around Scorched Earth. That is actually pretty annoying because that will trade very well into our units. Trades very well into London Brigade. Guess we Sexton this. I want to give him an E-Shack. Yeah, we need to like get out of the support line. Don't think Sov-US Control has any 2 damage breakpoints. I mean, I guess double sickle will do it. Board state's looking pretty dire. If I drop the Churchill, he can trade his E-Shack and then Naval Brigade, but I think yeah, he could kill my Churchill if I drop it by just trading the E-Shack and the Naval Brigade, but I think the board state's looking really awful, and I'm gonna need to play this for tempo to reset it. Oh, interesting. Alright then, we can punish that. What do we move to the front line? Probably the lower HP unit. Detriment. I feel like London Brigade has to come down here, right? It's really awkward though. Damn, don't do me like that. Don't give me the bwahaha. No, it's all good. If I move this up, I don't really like it. This essentially repairs some of these units. So you have the Winter Warfare ISU. And that could be worse. Problem is we didn't get any of our pounders on the field right now, and we really need like the RD for efficient trades, especially with his ambush units. That's pretty good. Do we move this guy up? I think we do. I think getting board presence here matters more. Might matter more than getting 6 damage in. But does it really though? Does it really? He's getting a lot of healing. The Alpine will be really annoying now if he drops it. Gotta look for something good here. Britannia? No, Real Britannia. And he does have the second Chaika, which blocks our HMS. Damn, where's Zarima? Zarima would be really nice here. Don't think I make this trade. This is just kind of really bad for me. Yeah, sometimes you're unlucky. You get unlucky with any deck. Had a pretty slow start, no Rima, no Alright, you did have the Winter Offensive. It's pretty tough. This is probably GG. Okay, Sarima. We know he has a T-34. He's played a lot of sickles, and the T-34 will trade into the honey anyways. Interesting. This is a very good synthetic turn then. Might get stolen, but it's what it is. Oh, I should have expected that, my bad. Really bad play by me. Forgot about decisive defense. Can we clear it? Looks like he can't clear it. Let's actually just move this to the front line. So we can get a Humber down. I mean, he's had both his board clears, and we've had a slow start, so honestly, not doing too bad. Although he has a lot of cards, we can very easily still lose this. A Partisans, Red Banner. He doesn't have enough for Partisans and Red Banner though now. I'll give him the Cheerio because he's being a little bit cheeky with that. Wahaha. Might have been a misclick. So yeah, you can see not a bad deck at all in my opinion. Is this like a meta deck? Honestly, like I'd say maybe depending on where the meta is exactly. I haven't seen too much self-damage or Brit Air lately. And this can do pretty well against control decks, as you can see there. We had a very slow start, like nothing we could play on turn 1, 2, and 3 going second. and we played against Sov-Ita Control, which had Winter Offensive and ISU, both their board clears, and we still won. So yeah, I mean, if this deck can do that, I'd say it's not too shabby. I would say that it does probably lose to self damage, like a lot of, well, I mean, like every mid-range deck. Although I actually haven't been seeing that much of it lately. There are a couple of fighters. Raf is definitely very good against Brit Air, so there are a couple of fighters to counter Brit Air, so it's not an unwinnable matchup, but it may be difficult, I would say. Against US Midrange, well, you have 2-pounders very good. Honey's pretty good. You know, HMS is pretty good. It can definitely win against US Midrange because we have some units that can trade in efficiently with theirs. And I actually won a match against US Midrange, I think, during one of my test games when I was testing out this deck before recording this video. Avery, of course, very good in that matchup. Let's see, what are some other yeah, as I was saying, what are some other meta decks? And then Jagro almost came out of my mouth unconsciously. Yeah, I'd say it actually does better into Jagro than US midrange because you have like Honey. Humber can trade in with 2 of their units. Monty Shelling, very good. You have a bunch of guards and healing with Honey and Research. I wouldn't say it's like favored. It's pretty tough if they get a good start, but I'd say it does better than US midrange because of all the potential like anti-aggro tools it has. Plenty of guards, shelling, and some healing mixed in. Yeah, so that's about it. I'd say this is a pretty good deck overall, and I enjoyed coming up with it and playing games and recording the videos. So hope you guys enjoy it. This deck, of course, it does have a lot of elites, so not very budget friendly. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.